Nothing is given, everything is earned. And we know right now we've got 78 days in a wake-up to send a message that generations from now will hear. A message that we believe in our future, that we care for our future, and that we will protect our future. And I am so excited to be here with all these cheeseheads. I just signed some cheeseheads out here. I've never done that before. That was great. And then I got to tell you, we are all so in awe of your leadership. And what you continue to do, the leadership that you show in Wisconsin, it is being heard and seen all throughout the country. This state is lucky to have you as a leader, and is lucky to have this Democratic Party in place. God bless you, and thank you for all of you. And it's true, I had the joy of going out and spending some time out in Wisconsin, about 3 days out there. And people said, well, what did you see? The answer was simple. I saw public service at its best. That whether it was out in Milwaukee, over Pilgrim's Rest, and seeing how I spent time with pastors and ministers who weren't just preaching the Word of God, but were also spending their time working with their congregation on helping them to become entrepreneurs and how to turn an idea into a thriving business that can support the community. I saw public service at its best. And when I was out there, I had a chance to have some Madison. I love it. I had a chance to spend time out in Madison over 3 health clinics and saw people who were ensuring that every member of our community, even those who were uninsured and underinsured, could get the health care and the supports that they need and that they deserve. And I had the honor of going out to Kenosha and spending time in Kenosha with community activists who were simply saying that we're going to talk about progress, we need to make sure that all members of the community are part of the conversation and not just subjects of the conversation. I saw public service at its best. And I saw people who understand that there is no progress in our community unless every single one of our fingerprints are on it. That's where we come in. I've seen what progress looks like, and I've seen the love of Wisconsin show itself. I saw it when it's been mentioned, when at 2:02 in the morning, on March 26th, my phone rang and explained to me that a ship that was the size of 3 football fields had stranded to one of the most important iconic bridges in our state. I saw what happened when at 2:02 in the morning I heard that now 13% of our economy was shut down. And at 2:02 in the morning, I found out that we now had tens of thousands of port workers who were hours away from waking up and realizing they no longer had a job. And at 2:02 in the morning that morning, I found out that we had 6 people who were working on the bridge that morning, facing potholes, so we could drive smoother that morning, who were now unaccounted for. And I saw how some of the first phone calls I received were from people like my friend and your governor, Governor England. And I saw some of the first phone calls I received were from not just senator, but someone who we're going to re-elect as senator, Senator Sandy Baldwin. First phone calls I received from people like my friend and your former Lieutenant Governor Mandela Barnes. I saw what love looks like. Support. And here's the thing that I know. Partnership produces progress and nothing else in the world. We have a very clear choice in the world. We have a very clear choice. And I want to be very clear. The reason that I am so excited to go out and spend 78 days in a wake-up to make sure that Vice President Kamala Harris becomes President Kamala Harris in November. And that Governor Tim Walz becomes Vice President Tim Walz in November. The reason that we are all fired up to make sure that that is the case, and I'm telling you, and I will be back in Wisconsin to do my part. The reason is not because we are afraid of the alternative. We know the alternative. We know the danger of the alternative. And frankly, we don't need to spend any more time talking about how dangerous that alternative is because we saw it firsthand. The reason that we are going to fight, the reason that we are going to win, is not because we are afraid of an alternative. It is because we are so hopeful and so optimistic about what the future is going to be like in a Harris-Walsh administration. That food insecurity and housing insecurity will be things of the past, and we are once and for all going to address the scores of child poverty that we see inside of our neighborhoods. We're going to make sure that people can feel safe in their own neighborhoods, safe in their own communities, and no longer will a gun lobby hold us hostage. It is now time to make sure that our communities feel safe and everyone can feel safe in their own neighborhoods and in their own skin. And having a time where we don't have to choose between saying we're going to support our workers or support our small businesses. Because we're going to support both. And we're going to make sure that economic growth is something that can be meaningful for all of us. This election is going to run for you guys. Our hopes are going to run for you. If we do what we need to do in Wisconsin, we are going to build a country that those who came before us hope for. Yes. And a country that those who come after us that they deserve. Yes. The election runs through you, and I'll close with this. Now, I first joined the Army when I was 17 years old. I wasn't old enough to sign paperwork when I first joined the Army. My mother had to sign paperwork for me. But as my dear friend, the Governor knows, after my teenage years, my mom was signed whatever paperwork for me, but that belonged to the president. But they taught us something on our second day of military training. Something I never forgot. It was a simple rule. Leave no one behind. Ever. Get one of my people. I would send a battalion to go with if I had. We leave no one behind. Now is the time when we have an opportunity as a country to make that happen. Where the hopes and the promise of what America can be felt and supported and believed in by all of us. Whether we call rural parts of this country home, or urban parts of this country home, or suburban parts of this country home, that everyone should know that we have a reason that we call this country home, and we will fight and protect it. Leave no one behind, y'all. We're going to win in November. Yes, we are! We're going to earn November. 78 days and wake up, and we're not going to waste one of them. And I'm telling you, when the story of this election is written, the story will be that it ran through Wisconsin, and